So today we are about to discuss, and as I told you that today we are going to conclude the topic percentages. Conclusion in the sense it is not all over actually, it is not just all over, and this is nothing but the clear information of the basics. Once if I could able to give you the clear idea about the percentage, as I told you already, we will be discussing the remaining topics with an ease. That is the reason why percentage is going to play a very important role. It helps us to understand how quickly the things are happening and what decision we need to take. There is any such need. So anyway, so percentages already we have been discussing for the last 3-4 days. Probably you are quite comfortable with now by this time. Anyway, now we discuss yesterday's paper first, and after that, and we will complete the remaining questions from our classroom material, and with that I can say and we can conclude that the basics of the topic are done. As I told you already, aptitude has no ending, it is only starting. Any number of questions you do, still there are many questions you can do. That is the typical situation, and that is the typical point of aptitude. This topic is being designed in every corner of the world. GRE people in America, they design some questions. GMAT people and the UK, they also develop some questions. Everywhere the questions are being developed, and every time you find the new concepts and new techniques in the topic. But the basics are absolutely important. With this only we come to it. Ready students? Now we discuss some of the questions and I do not want to waste your time because probably many of the questions you might have done with an ease. That is the reason why I do not want to disturb. I just want to touch those questions where I feel have got some difficulty. Ready students? Now let us start. Question number 1. 20% of A is equal to B. 20% of A is equal to B. Now the question is B percent of 20 is same as. That is what actually you are given now, my dear students. But very interesting point, I just want to let you know that when 20% of A is equal to B, then what do you get from this? Then what do you get from this? You get the relation between A and B. What do you get? What kind of relation you get? Simply 20% means, my dear students, 1 by 5 into A is equal to B. Therefore, A by B is equal to 5 by 1. What do you think? A by B is equal to 5 by 1. Now the question is, B percent of A is how much? B percent of 20 is how much? So B percent means B by 100 into 20. Come on students, in place of B what we can take? In place of B what we can take? We can take 1 by 5 into A. Therefore, this is obviously 1 by 5, this is B by 5. But in place of B what we can take, my dear students? 1 by 5. Therefore, 1 by 5 by 5. Students, I hope you understand what I am doing. What I am doing, you tell me. In place of B I took 1 by 5. This 5 is already there and into A. So 1 by 25 into A. 1 by 25 means 4%. So this is 4% of A. I believe that you are not having a clear picture about this. No problem, we discuss again. Tell me students, what is the point? 20% of A is equal to B. Therefore, from this we come to a conclusion that B is equal to A by 5. This you keep aside. B is equal to A by 5. What you are asked to find? You are asked to find B percent of 20. Students, B percent means B by 100 into 20. 20 gets cancels for 5 times. But in place of B what we can take? A by 5. A by 5 by 5. If you want to have the same in percentage, you need to multiply the same by 100. Therefore, A by 25 into 100, that is 4% of A. You see my dear students, a by 5 by 5, that is a by 25. So, a by 25 into 100, because we want to have the value in percentage, that is the reason why into 100. No problem. Students, another important point I want to tell you is, whenever you find any of the questions a little confusing in the beginning, make a habit of leaving the questions and going ahead. Don't stuck at the questions where you find a little difficulty. It does not mean to say that when you are given 60 questions, you are not supposed to answer all the 60 in the initial stage. You try to answer as many questions as possible. You need to choose. Students, when you are playing cricket, so what you do in the beginning? What you do in the beginning? Do you want to score for 4s and 6s for every ball? No. You have to choose the ball, isn't it? You have to choose the ball. Don't try to score 4s and 6s for every ball. It is not possible. You have to leave some of the balls. You have to choose the balls. So, competitive exam is no different. This is all in the beginning. Okay? You please. Students, I got your feedback over here. Whenever you find any difficulty, please make a note and I will be checking out and what point you are asking me. Because here I could see your points and all that, so that I can make it right. Okay. Now, students, now question number 2. 3 by 5 of a number is 23 more than 50% of the same number. Come on, student, the very interesting point in this question, if I have to be very clear to you, just look at that. 3 by 5 of a number. So, remember students, 3 by 5 is nothing but 60%. What do you think? 3 by 5 is nothing but 60%. I hope you understand this. Why we need to take it in percentage? Because we are comfortable in percentage, that is the reason why I am taking this in percentage. Now, just look at that. 60% of a number is 23 more than 50% of the same number. Therefore, 10% is nothing but 23. You understand how did I get this 10%, my dear students? Here you have 60%, here you have 50%. The difference between 60 and 50% is 10%. 10% is 23, therefore, your question is 80% is how much? Therefore, your answer is 80 into 23 by 10. You can get your answer. I hope you understand, my dear students. Therefore, your answer must be 184. Tell me, what is the technique in this question? The technique is, we need to keep every fraction in percentage. So, if you keep everything in percentage, it is easy to handle the question. I hope you understand this. Students, whenever you find any difficulty, please make a note. Yeah, somebody said that, sir, please explain yesterday's paper in all questions. Yeah, I will be explaining. So, when you said me, when you are asking me to explain all the questions, I will be doing that. Well done, well done. You please ask me, whenever there is any confusion, you please ask me, then I will be able to help you. Well done, students. Now, just we go ahead. Now, question number 3. 32 1 by 2% of a number is 52, then 42 1 by 2% of the number will be. That is the question. Very simple, my dear students. There is no confusion at all. Because this is nothing but straight away, we can handle this question without any confusion. 32.5% of a number is 52. Now, the question is, what is 42.5%? Yes, you can directly get it. As there is no logic in this question, we can straight away get the value. 42.5. 42.5 means 84, 85 by 2 into 52 divided by 65 by 2. Now, you solve the question, you will get it. Come on, student, I hope I am going at your not very big pace. Probably you are able to get me. Student, I just could not say any of your the latest messages. The last message was only this. So, I think I can go ahead. Right, students? Now, please look at that. Now, would you like to solve the question? I think it is not a very big issue now. You can do it like simply. So, 5 cancels for 17 times, 5 13 times, 13 4 times, 17 into 4 is 68. Okay, no confusion, I think I can go ahead. Yeah, students, now just look at that 50%. Yeah, this is a very interesting point. I want to tell you one important point to you, my dear students. As far as percentage is concerned, do you remember, my dear students, 10% of 20 can be taken as 20% of 10, you know, as I told you already. You remember that, my dear students? 10% of 20 is no different from 20% of 10. You know that very well. Because what is the principle we already know? A percent of B is no different from B percent of A in percentage. From this, we can conclude one interesting point, my dear students. If percentages are in the ratio 1:2, 10% and 20% 1:2, then the numerical values will be in the ratio 2:1. Just look at that, 2:1, which I mean to say that they are inversely proportional. If we know the ratio of the percentage, we can get the value. So that is interesting point. Just look at that. If the percentage is A percent and B percent, if they are in the ratio A:B, then the values will be in the ratio B:A. This we will be using in coming days. I didn't tell you this one yesterday because I don't want to teach everything in one day. Everything, every point we need to learn step by step. That algorithm should be followed, or else you will be put in a lot of confusion. At the end you won't get anything. Therefore, students, I just want to come again. For example, if I say that 20% of 30 is equal to 30% of 20, what conclusion you can come to? Because the percentages, you see, percentages are in the ratio 2:3, and hence 30:20 values will be in the ratio 3:2. Is it right? Percentages and values both are inversely proportional, just we have seen right now. You can ask me, sir, why you are telling all this? Yeah, there is a reason for that. Just look at that. Question number 4, 50% of P minus Q is given 30% of P plus Q. Then what conclusion we can come to, my dear students? Just look at that. When percentages are in the ratio 5:3, students, what I can conclude? The values will be in the ratio 3:5. What do you think? Therefore, P minus Q by P plus Q is equal to 3/5. If you solve the equation, you will get your answer. Want to solve or just want to have some? We can go ahead from options, my dear students. We can have some options as well. P minus Q is equal to 3, P plus Q is equal to 5. Of course, you can even guess actually. P is equal to 4, Q is equal to 1. Because this kind of guessings are very important in competitive examinations. P is equal to 4, Q is equal to 1. Just check it out. 4 minus 1, 3. Come on, student. 4 plus 1, 5. You can get it. Or else you can also solve it. But it is easy. Come on, students, solve this. Cross multiply. 3P plus 3Q is equal to 5P minus 5Q. Therefore, 8Q is equal to 2P. Therefore, P is to Q is equal to 1:4. Actually, this is not all required, my dear students. This is not all required, because whenever this kind of conditions are given, we can have some conclusion, because in competitive examination it is all about, because we will be given the answers as well. This is objective number of questions, therefore you need not solve the values. 4 minus 1, 4 plus 1, you can also get it. Okay, students, now you understand how to get your answer. Therefore, P, come on, student, if there is any confusion, I want to come again. 50% of P minus Q is given 30% of P plus Q. What I told you just now, because the percentages are in the ratio 5:3, hence the values will be in the ratio 3:5. And hence, my dear students, P minus Q by P plus Q is equal to 3 by 5. I am giving you two options. Either you can have some common sense, or else you have to solve it. So, what is my point is, to satisfy these conditions, P must be 4, Q must be 1. If at all, if you cannot guess it, then you can solve it. What is that? Cross multiply, my dear students. 5 into P minus Q is equal to 3 into P plus Q. You can solve the equation and you will be getting the ratio between P and Q, that is 4:1. Comfortable? I think I can go ahead. Okay. So, I believe that these questions you might have felt some difficulty, but now I think you are now comfortable now. Come on, student. Now, question number 5. What is question number 5? Just look at that. In question number 5, 65% of x is equal to 65% of x is given 13% of y. Come on, student, now we can have a clear picture about this. Percentages 65, 13, 5:1. Hence, the values of x and y are in the ratio 1:5. I hope you understand this. Because if they are in the ratio 5:1, when 65% of x is equal to 13% of y, students, what conclusion we have come just now? Because the percentages are 5:1, values will be 1:5. That is what we come to know, you know. So, when x is 1, y is equal to 5. You see that x is 1, therefore, x is to y are in the ratio 1:5. But when y is equal to 2000, you are asked to find x is equal to how much? You can get it, my dear students. X by y is equal to 1/5. Then what do? You put 2000 in place of y. There you get x is equal to 400. Because 5 cancels for 400 times, you can get it. I hope there is no confusion. You know that 65 and 13, 13 into 5, 65. 5:1, values 1:5. So, x by y is equal to 1/5. But you are asked to find x value if y is equal to 2000. I hope I am going at the right pace. Probably you are able to get it. If there is any confusion, let me know. I can even slow down or I can improve my speed. It's all your wish. Right, students, we go ahead. You just post me whenever there is a doubt. I will be going ahead. Now, students, I think there is no confusion in handling this kind of questions. Probably you must have handled with perfection for this. 75% students in a school are boys, and hence 25% should be girls, and those 25% is given 420. So, 75% when you said boys, obviously the remaining 25% must be girls. So, girls are 420. Therefore, 25% is 420. What you are asked to find? Number of boys. Number of boys in the sense you are getting 75%. I hope you understand this. I think I can go ahead. Look at the next question. I don't want to waste your time because all the questions we already discussed. So, students, I think now I think you can get it. Now, by this time probably we have been doing this question, some questions we already did, you might have got some idea as well. 90% of A is equal to 30% of B. 90% of A is equal to 30% of B. Tell me, students, 30 one time, 30 3 times. When the percentages are in the ratio 3:1, values will be in the ratio 1:3. What do you think? So, A and B values will be in the ratio 1:3. Now, the condition is this: B is equal to X% of A. Come on, student. B is equal to X% of A. Come on students, in place of A you put the value 1, in place of B you put the value 3, then you will be getting x. In place of A you can put the value 1 because anyway this is ratio and anyway you are getting the value only, and in place of B you can put 3, therefore x is equal to 300. Hence x is equal to 300. I hope we are going at the right place, my dear students. Let me check it out, the comments you are making. I am not getting any comments. I think I am going at the right place. Okay. Yes, students. I think I can go ahead. Now just look at that. Question number. No, I think you can get it now because already we discussed. Question number 10. Yes, student. Just look at that. Just look at that. If A is x% of y, B is y% of x. Student, in condition number 1, A is given x% of y. X% of y is something like this. So, A is equal to x into y by 100. And B is given y% of x, y% of x, y by 100 into x. Therefore, x into y by 100. What do you observe from this? We observe that x and this is also xy by 100, this is also xy by 100, and as far as if you want to compare A and B, you must be able to compare something like this. But that condition is not given in the options. First option, A is smaller than, obviously it is not. A greater than, everything is no, because there is no such option. Hence your answer must be none of these. The option should have been A is equal to B. So we completed 10 questions, my dear students. I am inviting your queries. If you have any doubts, I will be giving you 1 minute of time. You please respond quickly. After that, I will be going to the next module. Okay, please. Come on. Up to 10 questions. If you find any doubts, let me know. Question number 7, kada? Students, you are asking question number 7, right students? So, you are asking me to explain question number 7, okay students. 9 again if some of you are asking me question number 9 also. Question number 7 and question number 9 you are asking me to explain, yeah, I will be doing that. Okay students, so question number 9, what difficulty you find in question number 9, my dear students? Oh yeah, this one, this is not an issue, my dear students. Question number 9 is not an issue. Because in question number 9, A is given x% of y. You understand what I mean by using x% of y? This is. Therefore, A is equal to x into y by 100. And B is given y% of x. So, that is y by 100 into x. Again, this is also x into y by 100, you know. So, I mean to say that A value and B value are same one another, and hence I conclude that A is equal to B. But that particular option is not given, therefore, I mean to say that your answer is none of these. So, that is my answer. Therefore, your question number 9 is being explained. Anything else, my dear students? Anything else? Any more option? Any more thing you want to explain me? Should I go? Question number 7 you are asking me to explain once again. Yeah, question number 7, some of you are asking me to explain, right. Question number 7, just check it out. In question number 7, yeah students, question number 7 you are asking me to explain, yeah. After that we go to the next model. In question number 7, 90% of A, 90% of A is equal to 30% of B. What we discuss right now, my dear students, percentages are in the ratio 3:1, 90%, 30%, 3:1. Hence, A and B will be in the ratio 1:3. Now, are you clear about this? Okay, now this is okay. Shall I go ahead? Now, come on, yes. Then what you are given, my dear students? B is given x% of A. B is given x% of A. What I told you, in place of B you can take 3, x by 100. In place of a you can take 1 and hence x is equal to 100 into 3, 300. That is what I told you. I hope you understand, guys. Comfortable? Should I go on to the next question? Let me check it out, your options. Let me check it out. Okay, students. Okay. So, right. Now, let me go ahead. Let me go to the next question. Question number 11. I just don't want to touch those questions which I feel need not be explained. Question number 11, I should not explain you. Because in question number 11, what actually you are given, my dear students? Check it out. A salary is 20% less than that of B, then how much percent B salary is more? Less and more. What is the formula, my dear students? Percentage increase is equal to percentage decrease by, come on, recollect the same. 100 minus percentage decrease into 100. When a value decreases by some percent, by what percent it is proportionately be increased? That is what we have in this question. So, in this question percentage decrease is 20, 20 by 100 minus 20, 100 minus 20, 80 into 100. Therefore, your answer is 25%. You remember this, students? Just recollect those two formulas. If any value decreases and how much percent it's proportionately increased. Percentage increase is given by the formula percentage decrease into 100 minus, this is formula number 1. Formula number 1 to percentage decrease is given by the formula percentage increase by 100 plus percentage increase into 100. And you must still remember when we need to use these formulas, in what circumstances we will be using this. Okay? I hope everything is fine. Let me check it out if there is any confusion. Well done, students. Right. Now, let me go to the next question. Question number 12. Same, students. Again, you have to use the same formula, but this time you have to use percentage decrease. You know that how to use this. Should I explain you this one, or you can do it of your own? I hope you can do it of your own because we already did. Should I explain you? Probably, yeah. There is no such need, but still let me explain you this question. A percent of B, come on student, A percent of B, A by 100 into B plus B percent of A, B by 100 into A is equal to X percent of AB. Students, this is AB by 100, this is AB by 100, you understand that, my dear students? X by 100 into AB, AB by 100, AB by 100, 2 into AB by 100 is equal to X by 100 into AB. You cancel the values, you will be getting X is equal to 2. I hope there is no confusion. Comfortable, students? Come on, student. Now we go to the next question. We need to explain so many, we need to discuss many questions. Similar question, you can get it. Similar question, you can get it. Students, you understand question number 15. The value of a book which cost you about 50 rupees is increased by 25 rupees. What is the increase, my dear students? Now 50 has made it 75. You understand what I mean by 75? Because 50 is increased by 25 rupees. 50 is made to 75. Tell me what is the increase? 25. What is the percentage increase? You understand this is called percentage increase. So, percentage increase is given by the formula increase by original value into 100. Okay? Let me go ahead. Yes, students, still similar question, you can do it. Yes, students. If the income tax is reduced from, 15% to 5%, the difference does make a person to taxable income is 7,800. What do you understand from this, my dear students? What do you understand from this? Earlier, he used to pay 15% tax, now he is paying only 12.5%. What difference does it make to a person whose taxable income is 9,800? You mean, what do you mean by using taxable income? Taxable income is the income on which government is calculating tax. Students, do you pay tax? You the students, do you pay tax? Yes, you pay tax. Why not? While purchasing petrol, you pay tax, but that is called indirect tax. But we the people who are earning, we have to pay tax straight away to government. This tax is called direct tax. Your parents, your father pays direct tax, income tax. Your mother, if she is an employee, she pays. If she is a businesswoman, she pays tax. That is called income tax. So, in this case, the income tax is calculated on 9,800. Earlier, government used to charge 15%, now it come down to 12.5%. Therefore, any advantage is there for the businessman here. That is 2.5%. You understand 2.5%? Yeah, because earlier it was 15%, now it is 12.5%. The difference is 2.5%. Let me calculate how much that amounts to. How do you calculate 2.5%, my dear students? Do we have any method? I tell you. What is the 10% of 9,800? 980. How much is this? 10%. And how to get 2.5%? Simply you divide the value by 4. 980 by 4. Come on, man. We have been doing for a long time. By this time you might have already get it right. If we know 10%, we can get 2.5%. 10%, 2.5% is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 of 980 is 245. Is this okay or not? Tell me, my dear students. If this is not okay, we can go ahead in the routine calculation. 2.5%. You know how to get 2.5%? Would you like me to explain you just like a school student? No, let us not do it like that. Okay, should I explain you in a different way? Okay, right. What is every 1% of 9,898? Tell me how much is 2%? 196. Tell me what is half percent? 49. If you add, you get your answer. 2%, half percent. What is another way? You calculate 10%, divide by 4. 10% by 4, 2.5%. 980 by 4, 245. This is how usually business people do calculations. In shops and establishments, you see that business people usually does beautiful calculations. Therefore, they are obviously successful business people. So, calculations are very important in taking the decision, my dear students. Okay. Let me go to the next question. Question number 18. Yeah, students, you understand what formula we have to use in this case? Percentage reduction, that is percentage decrease. Use the formula, you will get it. Students, you understand how to use this formula and what formula we use? Percentage. Tell me, students, what formula we need to use in this case? Just let me tell you. Price increased by 25% and what percent the consumption decreases? Cut down. Cut down means percentage decrease. Percentage decrease is equal to percentage increase by 100 plus percentage increase into 100. How much is increased? 25. 25 by 125 into 100. Let me check it out, the comments made by you, my dear students. Are you comfortable? Yeah. I am new student, sir. I don't understand the class, sir. I am sorry, student. If you are new one, obviously it is a little difficult for you to understand, but never mind. Try to catch it. Just because basing on your school method, because all these questions you might have had in your school level, try to understand. When you are new, obviously it is a little difficult. So tomorrow onwards you may be able to follow, because we are going to start the new topic. Okay, students. Now this is about question number 19. Now let me go to question number 20. Yeah, students. This is once again a very simple technique. If the sale tax is reduced from 3 1/2% to 3 1/3%, what difference does it make a person who purchases an article whose market price is 8,400? Earlier he used to pay 3 1/2%. Now it came down to 3 1/3%. You need to check it out. What is the difference? Tell me, students, what is the difference? 7/2% minus 10/3%. You need to calculate the difference of these two values. I hope you understand this. So that means 7/2 minus 10/3. You will be getting in percentage. Tell me, students, what is this? 7/2 minus 10/3. What is the difference? 6 is LCM. 21, that is 20, that is 1/6%. So the difference is 1/6%. You see, my dear students, this is 3 1/2, this is 3 1/3. 3 1/2 means 7/2, 3 1/3 means 10/3. 7/2 minus 10/3%. LCM is 6, 21 minus 20. 1/6%. Therefore, out of 8,400, therefore he is getting a benefit of 1/6%. How to get 1/6%? Okay, tell me how much is 1%? 84. You understand? When 1% is 84, then how much is 1/6%? 84/6, that is 14. 1/6% you may not be able to get, but you can get 1% now. If you are comfortable in calculating 1%, you can get 1/6%. I hope you understand what I mean. Okay, students, I just want to ask you some questions. Tell me, how much is 1/2% of 1200? Just forget about that. Can you get how much is 1%? 1% is 12. When 1% is 12, 1/2% is 12/2, that is 6. What do you think? If you are comfortable in calculating 1%, you can get 1/2%. What is there? Okay. Tell me, students, how to get 1/3% of 1800? Never mind. You may not be able to get 1/3%, but you can get 1%, 1% is 18, 1% is 18, 1/3% is 18/3, that is 6. Now students, I give you some exercise. I am asking you to respond quickly. I give you some exercise. Just start. Ready, students? Be ready with your pen and pencil. Are you ready, man? Now come on, guys. Come on, quick. 1/2% of 600, 1/3% of 2400, 1/4% of 800. Quick. Come on, student. I'm just looking at your comments. Students, yeah, I'm waiting for your comments. You are asking me to explain question number 20, I will be doing it. Now, meanwhile, you please respond. Come on, man. Respond, what is your answer? 1 by 2% of 600. I am waiting for your responses. Yeah, well done, well done, well done. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Congratulations, you did wonderful job. Very good students, very good, very good. So yeah, you are having, well done. Almost many of you responded quickly. Yeah, very good, very good. Well done students. Therefore, so 1 by 2% of 600, because when you are clear about 1%, 1 by 2% is not an issue, that is 3. When you know 1%, you can get 1 by 2%. Come on. 1% of 2400 is 24, therefore 1 by 3%. So 24 by 3, that is 8. Yeah, come to this. 1% is 800. So 1 by 4%, sorry, 1% is 8, 1 by 4, 8 by 4, that is 2. So students, congratulations, now you are going, yeah. Very good response from the students, excellent students. Now I think I can go ahead. Yeah students, very good. So let me go to the next model. Should I go? Yeah. Now question number 21. Just look at that. If the width of the rectangle, you have to use formula. What formula you have to use? What formula? Come on student, what formula? The resulting area is what percent of the original area? Width of the rectangle is increased by 25%. Tell me students. Just look at that. So in this question, if the width of the rectangle is increased and the length does not increase, now the question is the resulting area is what percent of the original area? Area of the rectangle is given by the formula length into breadth. Okay students, I hope you understand. Let me suppose length as 1 and breadth as 4. Okay, let me do this question in a different angle. Area is given by the formula length into breadth. Come on student. Let us suppose length is equal to 25, breadth is equal to 4 and the area becomes 100. First of all, let me tell you, because it is only given, breadth is increased by 25%. The original values are not given, but I am using my common sense. That is the reason we call it as aptitude. Let me suppose L is equal to 25. Let me suppose this is in percentages. You can take any number because you will be getting in percentage. Breadth is equal to 4. I tell you the significance of taking these numbers. Please wait for some time. Students, it is only given that breadth increased by 25%, length does not change. Breadth increased by 25%. 4 becomes 5. Tell me how 4 becomes 5. Comment. Tell me how 4 becomes 5. Comment. I want to see the comment, my dear students. Wonderful, yeah, 25%. What is 25%? 25% of 4 is 1. 25% of 4. Tell me students, 25% is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 into 4 is 1. Therefore, it increases by 1 unit. 25 into 1, 125. Therefore, the resulting area when you compare with 100 is 125%. Well done students. Now I am asking you some of the questions. Why did I take breadth is equal to 4 units? Comment. Why did I take breadth is equal to 4 units? Tell me. Excellent, excellent students. Yeah, very good comments from your side. I hope that many of you are interacting very well. Excellent. The significance of taking breadth is equal to 4 units because I have to calculate 25% in later stage. This I have taken 25 because 25 into 4 is 100. So if it is in 100, percentage calculation is little easy. That is the reason why I take it like. Just note down students, if you really find even difficulty, We will be discussing this question, no problem, because we have a lot of time. I am not in hurry, okay, no problem. 21, I think you can do this, man. You can do this. I do not want to touch these questions. Yeah, students, in question number 23, in a certain population 40% of all people have biological characteristic X, the others do not. If 8,000 people have characteristic X, how many people do not have? So, remember students, 40% have characteristic and those people are equal to 8,000, and you are asked to find how many people do not have. Do not have in the sense, I think you must be calculating 60% is how much? 60 into 8,000 divided by 40. There your answer is 12,000. 23 times, 22 times. Therefore, your answer is, come on student, 12,000. Get it? Next, I will move on to the next question. Question number 24. I think this one you can do it, my dear students. Let me give you a very brief explanation of this question. So, when two students are competing, let the two students be A and B. If one student gets 57, other student must be getting 43%. The difference in these two people is 14%. That 14% is 126. What you are asked to find? Find the total number of votes secured by the defeated candidates. 43% is equal to how much? Why I am calculating 43%? Comment. Why I am calculating 43%? Comment, students. I am checking out your option. Why I am calculating 43%? Yeah, I did not get any comment from your side. Why I am calculating 43%? It is because you are asked to find the total votes secured by the defeated candidate. If I am asked to calculate total number of votes, I would be calculating 100%. You get the point? Right. Yeah, this one you can do it. 26, you can do it, my dear students. You understand, my dear students, how we can do this question? Just look at that. Out of 1025, this particular person has got 724 marks, and if you want to get the same in percentage, you have to multiply the same by 100. 1025 is the total marks, 724 is the marks he secured. Into 100, you will be getting in percentage. You get the point, my dear students? Come on. I am not actually going into the details. This one you can get it. I just want to touch those questions which we are discussing for a long time. Again, this is also okay. I think no confusion about this question. Yeah, just look at that. In question number 30, just look at that. In question number 30, students, just focus the question. In an election, there were two candidates, 80% of the total votes polled, 10% of the polled votes were invalid. A person who got 37% of the valid votes, defeated by 9,000 votes. Find the total number of invalid votes. Just look at that. Students, let me suppose that total number of votes be 100. Let the total votes be 100. Let it be 100. Tell me, 80% of the total votes polled. How many votes were polled, my dear students? 80. 80% of 100. 10% of the polled votes were invalid. Out of 80, 10% means 8. These were invalid. Tell me how many votes were valid right now? 72 votes were valid right now. A person who got 37% of the valid votes defeated by 9,000. Tell me students, How many votes now we will be having right now? 72. What are 72? 72 were, tell me students, what were 72? I am waiting for your options. Tell me what about 72? These are total votes or valid votes? Total votes or valid votes? Tell me students. So, these are total or valid? These are valid. Out of 100, only 80% voted, 20% did not come for voting. Out of 80, 10%, what is 10% of 88? They were invalid. Now, how many valid votes are there right now? 72. And in 72, the person who got 37% of the valid votes defeated. If one person gets 37%, the other person must be getting 63%, because only two persons were there. So, the difference between these two people is 26%. So, in 72, let us calculate 26%, that we can equate to 9,000. Find the invalid votes. 8% is equal to how much? I understand that in question number 30 you felt a little difficulty for sure. I will discuss this question in different direction. Okay? We discuss this question in different direction. First, let me complete the remaining questions, because we have to complete 60 questions. So, after that I will come back to the question again. Okay? No problem. 31. Students, in question number 31, just look at that. In question number 31, in an examination 7,500 candidates appeared for physics or chemistry or both. 75% offered physics, 45% opted chemistry. Students, this kind of question we can discuss only by using Venn diagram. You may have an idea about your 10th class. In 10th class, we have some Venn diagram calculations in set theory. Okay, we will be using that particular concept. This is the people who offered physics, and this is the people who offered chemistry. When 75% offered chemistry, how come 45% can offer physics and chemistry? 75 plus 45, 120%. This is not acceptable. The percentage cannot be more than 100%. Then how we are getting 120% more than 100%? Probably the people who are offering physics are also offering chemistry. What do you think? Students, I think you understand what I mean, because the percentage cannot be more than 100%. So, whenever this kind of confusion is given, 20% should be taken in the common area. How much is more than 100? 20% should be taken in the common area. Tell me students. So, what you are asked to find? You are asked to find this particular 20%. 20% means the people who are taking physics as well as chemistry. How many people we have? We have 7,500, and out of you have to calculate 20%. What is 20% of 7,500? 1,500. Students, we go one by one. Please explain me, is this question is okay for you or not? We go one by one. Is this question okay for you or not? Am I clear to you? Comment. Question number 31 is okay for you or not? Do you understand how could I take 120%? 75 physics, 45 chemistry, that is 120. But the percentage cannot be more than 100. Therefore, the number which is more than 100 is supposed to be the common area. Is this okay for you or not? I am waiting for your comment, my dear students. Comment. If it is okay, I will go ahead. Good, very good, very good, very good. You have to respond to me. If you are not responding, I have to explain you this question again. Oh, you are asking me to explain this once again? Okay, fine student. Someone put that I need to explain this question once again. Student, This is 75% who are offering physics and 45% who are offering chemistry. Is it possible to have more than 100%? No. Which means 75 plus 45, 120. 120% is not right because everything should be within the limit of 100%. So when that question comes, the 20% should be taken as common area. You see that out of 75, 20% common area means another 55% only physics. Out of 45, 20% common area means another 25% chemistry. Check it out. 55, 20, 75, 25, 20, 45. 20% should be taken in common area. So, I am calculating those 20% because you are asked to find that particular percentage only. Students, okay? Right? Well done, students. Now, let me go to the next question. You please understand my difficulty as well because I have to explain more number of questions. I have little time, therefore I am going. This one you can get it, my dear students. How to get this answer? Very simple, my dear students. The one who got 140 marks was declared failed by 20. Therefore, what are 160? These are the marks required to pass. You get already 140, but you still get 20 more marks to pass, means the pass marks are 160. That is equal to 40%. Now the question, how much is 100%? Student, is this question okay? Is this question is okay for you? The screen is not visible. Somebody said the screen is not visible. Any confusion, my dear students? Somebody says screen is not visible. Is it the problem with only few people, or even the remaining people are also facing this? Okay, right. Then fine. We will go to the next question. Yes, students. 32. You can get this. 33. You can get this question. 34. Yes, student. Just look at question number 35. Yeah, just look at that. Question number 35. In an examination, 80% student passed in philosophy and 70% passed in maths. At the same time, 15% failed. Okay, this is very interesting. Now, this is the students who passed in philosophy and those who passed in maths. Students, let me tell you one thing. When I give 80% student passed in philosophy, can I conclude 20% failed in philosophy? Isn't it? Right. When he says that 70% student passed in maths, can I conclude 30% failed in maths? You can ask me, sir, why you are taking? I just tell you, I tell you. At the same time, 15% failed in both the exams. This is what is given by the examiner. So, in common area, you have taken 15% failed. In philosophy, 20% failed, and we can take the remaining 5%. In mathematics, 30% failed, we can take the remaining 15%. Therefore, 5 plus 15 plus 15, this is 35%. Students, tell me whether this 35% failed or pass. Tell me, students, this 35% failed or pass. Comment. What, guys? Come on, tell me whether this 35% failed or pass. Yes? Because 15% is the common failure and total philosophy 20%, therefore remaining 5%. So, this is 35% failed in both the exams. Now, the question is, what you are asked to find? If 390 students passed, when 35% failed, 65% must have passed in both the exams, that is equal to 390. Now the question is, how much is 100%? Therefore, your answer is 800. After cancellation, you get your answer 800. Tell me students, is this question is okay for you or not? Well done, well done. But respond quickly, my dear students. Tell me students, is this okay? I hope, yeah. Students, so time is already up. We need to discuss some more questions in our classroom material. Now with this, I conclude this topic and paper discussion. Let me conclude. The remaining questions we will be discussing tomorrow. We take a break for 5 minutes, students, and after we come back, we will be completing the remaining questions in our classroom material. Okay. Now we complete the remaining questions from our material, and with this we come to an end of our percentage topic. As I told you already, as far as aptitude is concerned, there is no ending for this topic. This is only, it is a beginning only. So if any one of you think that, sir, I am not able to get all the questions right, it is not possible, my dear students. It is not possible as well to get all the questions right. It is not that easy, because this is a dynamic topic. More number of questions you do, more questions will generate, more logic, more concepts. That is the reason why you should not be under impression that you have to get every question right. It is not possible. In the beginning, you have to give a try, and after that, once you get it right, then you can go for higher level. Anyway, students, now we understand what is percentage calculation, what is percentage comparison, everything we get it right. Basing on these basics, we complete the remaining questions from our material, and maybe after this you get some more clarity about this, right? Now question number 1, and this question is already done. I don't want to touch those questions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Already we discussed these questions. Up to question number 10 already we have completed. I don't want to touch those questions. 11th one, yes we did. 12th one, 13th question, question number 14, question number 15. Yeah students, now question number 15. As I told you that some questions we will be discussing at the end. I told you because now maybe this time you get more clarity. Sneha spent 8% on school fees, 25% on rent and 17% on furniture. 8, 25 and 17, the entire value we can calculate as 50%. Because why should we divide that? We can add it up 60%. And 25% of the remaining amount. You understand student? When there is a word of remaining, we have to consider the value as x. If Sneha's salary is x rupees, because the 50% is anyway spent, therefore still she is left with the 50%. What is this 50%? Is it the amount that she spent, or this is the amount she is left? Tell me students. Is this 50% is the amount she spent, or this is the amount she left? Tell me. I am asking you to respond. Come on, respond. What is this? Is it spent or left? It is left. That's very good. Because after spending 50%, she is still having 50% amount with her. And from this, she spent 20% of the remaining. That means she is having 80% of the amount. That amount is equal to 6,000. Thereby you will be getting x value. I hope you understand student. So this cancels for 3,000. Therefore x is equal to 5 into 3,000, 15,000. Remember that is the salary of Sneha. So Sneha's salary is 15,000. But you are asked to find how much she spent on rent. Therefore, from 15,000 you have to calculate 25% because she is spending 25% on rent. So, 25% of 15,000 is 3,750. I go one by one, my dear students. Just I am asking your doubt. Let me know whether it is okay for you or not. Forget about the remaining questions. First we complete this and again we get back. Is this question is okay for you or not, my dear students? Tell me. Yeah, okay, fine. Very good. Now we move on to the next question. We will be getting the next one right. Now look at the next question. 16th one we already discussed. I don't want to waste your time. 17th one, yeah. 18th one, 19 and then 20. Question number 20 also we discussed, my dear students. No issue. 21. Student, you remember the formula? Question number 21 formula we use 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 27 you remember what formula we use, my dear students? 29 and then 30. So, up to this I believe that there is no confusion. I think we can go ahead. We complete the remaining questions. So, all the questions already we discussed. Therefore, let me complete the remaining questions right now. Right students, from question number 31, let me come to the point again. Just look at that. Already we discussed this question, but I just at the end we want to give you some more clarity. Fresh fruit and dry fruit. The very interesting concept in this question, dry fruit is not available in the nature as it is. Nuts are available, but dry fruits are not available. Dry fruits we do make the dry fruits. In nature only fresh fruits are available. What we do, you know? So, if we absorb the water from the fresh fruits, what actually the advantage of dry fruits? There are two advantages of dry fruits. The one is fresh fruit usually it is highly perishable because of the water content it has, it is highly perishable. If you do not consume it within a few days, it becomes useless. That is the reason why we convert the same into dry fruits in the process of taking out all the water, not all the water, but majority water. In the process of converting fresh fruit into dry fruit, what actually happens, you know, we will be taking out the water in the fresh fruit, but the pulp remains the same. The pulp in the fresh fruit is same as pulp in the dry fruit. In this conversion, water level may change, but not the pulp. So, do you think that if you let it dry, the pulp is deteriorating? No, only the water. Therefore, this is fresh, this is dry fruit. Students, tell me how many kgs of fresh fruit we have taken? 100 kgs. It converts into x kgs. You do not know how much is x. Tell me students. Fresh fruit contains 68% water. Therefore, 32% pulp. A fruit contains two ingredients. One is pulp, another one is water. If 68% is water, 32% is pulp. Anybody can understand that? Then, fresh dry fruit contains 20% water. That is 80% pulp. I told you already, in both the cases, pulp is absolutely same. Water level may change, but the pulp do not change. That is the reason why I can equate pulp. Students, is this question is okay for you? Shall I go ahead? Right? Come on student. If you think this is okay, then I will go to the next one. Well done, well done. You are responding very well, very well, very well, my dear students. I appreciate that. Because your response is all important. If you do not respond, I cannot move on to the next question. Well done, very good. Students, so with this model is okay for you. Therefore, let me go to the next one. 32 is also similar one, 33 is also similar, 34. Yeah, come to this point. Question number 34. This question I said that we will be discussing after some time. Just look at that. A reduction of 20%, a reduction of 20% in the price of an orange enables a man to buy 5 oranges more for 10 rupees. Why this aptitude is there in every competitive examination? Because aptitude will help you to understand the things, what is actually happening around you. Because when you purchase market, when you go to market, when you purchase something in market, you know what actually the calculation the businessman is doing. There the calculation plays a vital role. I tell you clearly, my dear students, whatever the subject you have learned, that is whether it is matrices, differentiation, whatever it is, I don't know whether you are going to use in your lifestyle or in your coming time or not. I am not very sure about. But the concepts we are discussing for a long time, for about 1 week, you must be using this in your life, for sure, no doubt in it, in every walk of your life. Because this is the mathematics we use in our day-to-day life. Whenever some of the questions, whenever a question is not okay, when you are unable to understand the question, take an example, take a counter example. We justify ourselves, then we go ahead. Ready? Are you prepared? Come on, student. Let me give you some interesting point. Let me suppose. I usually take 500 rupees and I get some X liters of petrol every time. I usually give 500 rupees to the dealer and I usually get X liters. That is my routine. I don't take change. I usually give 500 and I get some X liters of petrol. For example, if for some reasons with the same 500 rupees, if for the same 500 rupees, if the dealer gives me X plus 1 liter of petrol, why? Is it showing any mercy on me? Then why is giving X plus 1 liter of petrol? I asked him, sir, why you are giving me more liters? He said that the price decreases. Of course, it never happens in India, but he said the price decreases. So when you are getting more quantity with the same 500 rupees, probably the price might have decreased. I asked him, what is the price decrease? He said that the price decreases by 10%. He said that the price decreases by 10%. Right. Now I have got two options. What are the two options? Either I can get that 1 liter more, or if I say I don't want that 1 liter, he has to give the change. You understand that? If I don't get that extra 1 liter, what is the option I have? Probably I can have that the savings because of the reduction. Tell me, if I don't wish to get 1 liter, I will be getting 50 rupee back. Do you understand how? Do you understand how? Because the price reduces by 10%. What is 10% of 500? 50 rupees. Therefore, either I can get that 1 liter more. If I don't want to get that 1 liter more, the dealer is ready to give me 50 rupee change. You understand, my dear students? So, either 1 liter or 50 rupees, that is my choice. You understand that? Should I give you one more example? Come on, student. Should I usually take 1000 rupees, and I usually get X liters of diesel. That is my routine. I get X liters of diesel every time. I usually give 1000 rupees and he gives me X liters of diesel. On one particular day, with the same 1000 rupees, the dealer gave me X plus 2 liters. Why it happens? It may happen because the price drops. If the price drops, obviously you will be getting more diesel with the same amount. I asked him, what is there? What is the price drop? He said that the price drops by 10%. The dealer said, sir, you are getting more diesel because the price drops by 10%. Fine. If I don't want that 2 liters more, tell me what is another option I may be having? Yes, I can get back 100 rupees. You understand how I get 100 rupees? 10%. 10% of 1000. 10% of 1000 is 100. You understand? Now there are two options. I can get back 100 rupees or else I can get back 2 liters. Therefore, what is the price of diesel? 50 rupee per liter. I hope you understand, students. What is the reduced price? The reduced price is 50 rupee per liter. You understand my point, my dear students? Now, should I go to the question? After this example, probably you will be able to answer this question with clear. Come on, student. What is the amount you usually take? 10 rupee. With this 10 rupee, how many oranges you usually purchase? X oranges. But with the same 10 rupees, you could able to purchase 5 oranges more. With the same 10 rupees, you could purchase 5 oranges more. When asking upon how you are purchasing 5 oranges more, the shopkeeper said that there is a reduction of 20%. The price drops by 20%. So when the prices drops by 20%, there are two options. Either you can take the money back. How much money you get? You get 2 rupees. 2 rupees or else 200 pies. Am I clear, my dear students? What is 20% of 10 rupees? 2 rupees. 2 rupees or 200 pies. Either you can get 200 pies back or else with the same 200 pies you can get 5 oranges, which means the price of each orange is 40 pies. Students, please respond, is this question is okay for you or not? Am I clear to you? Come on, student, I want your response. Students, tell me, is this question is okay for you or not? Yes or no? If it is not okay, then I have to give you one more example to justify my answer. Okay, fine. Right, students, very good, no problem. But still I give you one more example to make you clear in this topic. Now just look at that. Look at question number 35. Look at the question, my dear students. What is there in question number 35? Here it is given, a reduction of 10% in the price of apples enables a man to buy 2 more apples. 2 more apples. 2 more in the sense, those are the apples he is purchasing from the routine. Usually he may purchase some X number of apples, but today he is able to purchase more apples. More means more than yesterday. For example, with this 90 rupees, probably this man must be purchasing X apples in routine. But when the price decreases with the same 90 rupees, this man is able to purchase 2 more apples. What do you think? How could he purchase 2 more apples? Because of reduction. I just asked the vendor, so what is the reduction in the price? He said that the price reduces by 10%. Now, as a customer, I have got 2 options. Tell me what are the 2 options? I can take 9 rupees back. Tell me how I get 9 rupees. Comment. Come on students, I am waiting for your comments. Tell me how I get this 9 rupees. 9 rupees, yes, that's very good. 9 rupees, it is 10% of 90. I can get that 9 rupees back if I don't want to get extra 2 apples, or else I can settle with 2 more apples, which I mean to say that the price of each apple is 4 rupee 50 paise. Come on man, come on, come on, come on. I can get that 9 rupees back by means of a saving, or else with the same 9 rupees I can get 2 more apples, which I mean to say that the price of each apple is 4 rupee 50 paise. Tell me whether it is routine price, whether it is original price or a reduced price. It is reduced price, but you are asked to find original price. Therefore, 4 rupee 50 paise is 90% of the original price. Now the question, how much is 100%? By 90. Cancel students. 9 gets cancelled for 5 times. 0.5 times. Therefore, your answer is 5 rupees an apple. Tell me students, could you get that 5 rupees? Okay. Yes or no? Well done, well done. Probably some of you are unable to understand what is the original price, what is today's price. Okay. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, my dear students. Just look at that. Students, if I want to explain you this question again, I can do it like this. With this 90 rupees, you usually get some X number of apples. But what I told you is, with the same 90 rupees, if you are getting X plus 2 apples, I ask you why you are getting more number of apples. You said that, sir, there is an increase, there is a decrease in the price. I ask you again, what is the decrease? You said, sir, there is a decrease of 10%. Therefore, 9 rupees. What is this 9 rupees? This is savings. Because the price decreases, I can get back that 9 rupees. Or else with that 9 rupees, I can get 2 apples, which means 4 rupee 50 paise. Each apple. But the problem is, this is not the regular price, it is the reduced price, which means to say that this is 90% of the original price. If my question is, what is the original price? 100%. I believe that still you may be having a little confusion. Never mind students, you must be having the confusion. After discussing 2 to 3 questions, you get it everything clear. Okay. Now we discuss one more question. Look at question number 36. Oh, this time there is an increase. Yeah. This we see in our India. For the last 3 to 4 months, my dear students, the petroleum prices are increasing something like this. It is already 85 rupees a liter. Probably this price you will never see in any part of the world. In only India we see this price. Even the international market, the price, the crude oil prices are decreasing, but the retail price increases like anything. The extra amount that we are paying to our governments. So whatever the money the government spends goes from our pockets. Government never spends money because that money we are paying from our pocket. So for the last 3 to 4 months, if you can see that the petroleum prices are straight away increasing. I just want to tell you one thing. I usually take 1000 rupees diesel, and earlier I used to get around some 15 liters of diesel. And after some time with the same 1000 rupees, after some time I got only 14 liters. And with this 1000 rupees of liter, with 1000 rupees, now I am getting 12 liters. I am sorry to say, after some time, my dear students, with this 1000 I may get half liter. I suspect this may happen after some time, because once I used to get 15 liters, after some time I may get even half liter. It is not joking, my dear students, it may happen. It may happen for sure after some time. If the price increases something like this, obviously the quantity decreases, isn't it? Yes, student. Now just look at that. Students, now just basing on that particular, now this is an Socratic explanation, please don't think otherwise, it may happen. Yeah, okay. Students, just I want to let you know that whenever this kind of questions are given, we have to take some example to justify what we are doing is right, then only we can go ahead. Students, let me tell you, due to an increase of 30% in the price of X, 3X less are available for 7 rupee 80 pies. Used to get 7 rupee 80 pies and used to get X number of X at the time. Then what happened, you know? With the same 7 rupee 80 pies, you get 1 egg less. What, man? You can ask me, sir, whether it is 3 eggs or 1 egg. It is given 3 egg. I took 1 egg. The price is increased by 30%. I said the price is increased by 10%. Both mean the same. That is common sense. Price increases by 30%, you get 3 eggs less. Price increases by 10%, you get 1 egg less. Both mean the same. By 3, by 3. I hope you understand. I asked the shopkeeper, why you are giving me 1 egg less? He said that price increases by 10%. If I want to see that my omelette should not shrink, if I want to have my same omelette, I have to get that extra 1 egg. If I have to get that extra 1 egg, then I have to pay 78 pies. Tell me, student, how I get this 78 pies? 10%. 10% of 7 rupee 80 pies is 78 pies. Therefore, if I want to get this 1 egg, then I have to pay 78 pies. You understand, students? Tell me. Here it is given 3 eggs, I took 1 egg. 30%, I took 10%. Both mean the same. 30%, 3 eggs. 10%, 1 egg makes no difference. Therefore, when the price increases by 10%, you get 1 egg less. If you want to get that 1 egg back, then you have to pay 78 pies. What is the price per egg? 78. What you are asked to find? Dozen eggs. Dozen means 12. 12 into 78, that is 9 rupee 36 pies. I understand, students. I understand. Probably I must give you one more example to make it clear. Yes, students, I understand that. Well done, well done. Yes, I need to give you one more example. Maybe this time you get more clarity. Just look at that. Just look at that. I usually take 2000 rupees and I get X liters of diesel. Students, just listen to me. If with the same 2000 rupees, if I get X minus 2 liters, what could be the reason? What could be the reason? The price is increased. If I get less number of quantity, obviously the price might have increased. With the same 2000 rupees, if you could able to get X minus 2 liters, the reason could be the price increases. If you want to get the same X liters, not minus 2, then what is the next option, my dear students? You have to pay the extra amount. You have to pay. I asked him what is the price increase. He said that price increases by 10%. Tell me what is my choice. Choice number 1, I have to pay 200 extra. How I get 200? 200, 10% of 2000. Or I may settle with 2 liters less. Which I mean to say that the price of each liter is 100 rupees. Tell me students, now I am asking your comment, is this okay for you or not? If you think this question is okay, then we will go to the next question. Students, okay? Comment. I am looking for your comment. Got the point? Want me to explain in another way? Is this okay for you? Should I give you one more example? Is this okay? Good students. If there is any confusion, you can ask me tomorrow also. We can discuss this question tomorrow. It is not that it is all over right now. You can ask the same question tomorrow. We can discuss again, no problem. Ready students? Now we move on to the next question. Yeah, this 10th of a school increases by this one we already discussed. Question number 40, yeah, this one we already discussed. 41, yeah, we discussed. Yeah, question number 42. Question number 42. Come on student. So with this we come to an end of our discussion. Right. This 10th of a school increases and decreases in every alternate year by 10%. Starting with 2000, you are asked to tell me the value in 2003. This is 2001, this is 2002, this is 2003. Come on student, because the values are in percentage, you start from 100. Right, start doing. Come on students, start doing. Yes students, I am waiting for your answer. I am waiting for your answer. My answering the question solely depends on your response. Starting from increase, you have to tell me what happens in 2003. This 10th of a school increases and decreases in every alternate year by 10%. It started with an increase in 2000. 2000 if there is 100, you have to add 10%. 100 plus 10%, 110. Then what happened? It decreases by 10%. So what is the decrease of 10%? 11. 11 means 99. You understand? 10% of 100 is 10. 10% of 110 is 11. Because that is decrease, therefore I subtracted. Now again it increases by 10%. What is 10% of 99? 9.9. That comes around 108.9. So from 2000 to 2003, the value increases by 8.9%. Student, if it is okay for you, then I will move to the next one. Otherwise, well done, well done, well done, well done. Excellent student. Okay, some of you are asking me to explain in a different way. Yes, I will come again. From in 2000, in the year 2000, if you start taking the value as 100, come on student, alternately increase and decrease. First you increase by 10%, 10% of 100 is 10, that is 110. And then you decrease by 10%, 10% of 110 is 11, that is 99. I hope you understand this. Then again 10% increase. 10% of 99 is 9.9. That comes around 108.9. Is this okay, my dear students? So 100 becomes 108. Therefore, I may conclude that value increases by 8.9%. From 2000 to 2003. Is this okay, my dear students? Right? Okay, fine, very fine. So with this, almost all the questions we have completed, and one student asked me to explain question number 31, and just I want to go to question number 31, and with this we come to an end of our discussion. There are some more questions we will be discussing after some time, my dear students. 31, some student asked me to explain question number 31, and after that I will give you a final look at that. Question number 31. Oh, again this one. Oh, again you are asking me to explain this one. What we discussed in this question, my dear student? If anybody could not able to understand, just come again. I told you that while making fresh fruit into dry fruit, water level may change, but I said pulp never changes. Therefore, if you take 100 kgs of fresh fruit and if you want to make it x kgs, 68% water means 32% pulp. 20% water means 80% pulp. I said that in both the cases the pulp is absolutely same. I said that in both the cases pulp is absolutely same. You can ask me how you are getting 32% here. 68% water means 32% pulp, and 20% water means 80% pulp. Like that we are discussing. I believe now there is no confusion in percentages, so everything under control. Students, this is a very important topic, and because of this, with this topic only we can move on to the next question. Now, before we conclude this topic, I am asking you to answer these questions because these calculations are so important, and with this we come to an end of this topic. But as I told you, the topic never ends. In aptitude, we go by level 1, level wise. When you are comfortable here, then I go to the next level, something like this. Don't understand, the topic is all over. Basics are done. We have to learn even more thing that we will be learning in coming days. Before that, now please answer these questions. Come on, student. I will give you some exercise and be ready with this, and you please explain me. You answer these questions in the quick pace. Question number 1. 1 by 2% of 4800. 1 by 2% of 1200. Come on, student. Come on, student. Quickly. 1 by 3% of 2400. Quick. Please explain me. Well done. Come on, students. I am looking for your options. Your options are all important for me. Yes, students. Well done. So 1 by 2%. As I told you that 1 by 2% you cannot arrive at, but you can get 1%. 1% is 48. So 1% is 48. 1 by 2% is 24. Now you are able to understand what is 1 by 2%. 1 by 2%. You may not be able to get 1 by 2%. How much is 1%? 12. When 1% is 12, half percent is 6. 12 plus 6, that is 18. That is 1.5%. Come on. 1 by 3%. So when 1 by 1% is 24, 1 by 3% is 8. I think you understand. Now you are able to understand the different ways of calculation. Now students, I just want to ask you one more question. You please respond quickly. Okay, are you ready? Come on. If I say that 60 becomes 72, tell me how much percent the value increases. Quickly. Without doing calculation, you have to explain me quickly. How much percent the value increases? If the 60 becomes 72 in percentage, tell me how much percent the value increases. Somebody responds. Somebody. Yeah. I have to get the response quickly, my dear students. Yeah, that's very good. When 60 becomes 72, the value said to be increased by 20%, because you have to learn this calculation quickly, because every 10% of 60 is 6, so 20% of 60 is 12. Therefore, you have to make it this particular habit you have to make. This is very, very important. Of course, this kind of questions can also be solved just like this, 12 by 60 into 100. But these habits you must come out of. Students, as far as aptitude is concerned, today should be better than yesterday. Tomorrow should be better than today. Every day we should be better. That is the significance of aptitude. I just want to come again. On the day itself, I told you that the definition of aptitude, natural ability of learning. Natural ability of learning. Students, this is a dynamic world. The dynamic changes, the situation in present situation. Really, you could see that there are so many changes are happening. Some of the changes you cannot even imagine. Oh, the things can happen just like this. Sometimes it is so happening quickly. So, you are coming to graduation, which means to say that your teenage is almost about to complete. You are coming to the practical world. You must see what is happening around you, and from that you must make up your mind. Therefore, this is called natural ability of learning. If you don't understand, give a try, more try. If you don't understand, you please ask me, we will be discussing again. But I know very well, some of you are following so quickly, not all the people, because some of you may be having the difficulty. But as a teacher, I must concentrate on the people, on the students who are not able to get it right. Because as a teacher, my focus should be on each and every student. So there are some difficulties in online teaching because I could not see your facial expressions. Therefore, it is a little challenge for me for sure. But please understand my difficulty, and together we can definitely make it happen. These topics are very, very important for your career. So make the best use of this. Student, now with this, we come to an end of the basics of percentage, and tomorrow we will be discussing the next concept. Okay. Thank you, student, and we will be meeting again, tomorrow by 9:30. So have a nice day. Thank you very much.